Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, craving convenience. Alberta wants to allow more places than just pharmacies to sell nicotine pouches. Health shared services. The province defends its decision to create a new Crown Corporation for healthcare. And bolstering the blue line, the Oilers trade for a defenseman as the team struggles to prevent goals.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Airstrikes are hammering Iran as the U.S.-Israeli coalition continues its military operation. At the same time, conflict is widening in the Middle East as Iran strikes neighboring countries. U.S. President Donald Trump says he hopes the war will end in 4 to 6 weeks. He also says the country is prepared for a prolonged conflict. An Alberta professor in military studies says the longer the war goes on, the greater the risk of it spreading throughout the entire Middle East.
So anytime that you're dealing with this type of violence, the possibility of it going escalatory because somebody achieves a success or somebody down the line doesn't get the order not to do something, that's where the dangers come when you open up this particular element, which is the real conflict.
The attacks on Iran and its leadership are being celebrated by many in the Iranian community. On Sunday, people showed up in Churchill Square praising Israel and the U.S. for killing Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The conflict is driving up global oil prices. Last week's provincial budget used a forecasted oil price of just over $60 a barrel. The price has now jumped to more than $71 a barrel. Alberta's finance minister was asked if this could lower Alberta's projected deficit. Nate Horner says it's too soon to say.
We want to have conservative forecasts. We do want the potential for upside for the province. We don't want to overestimate that to make budget day go easier for myself and the government. I would much rather the actuals at the end of the year be in a better position.
The Premier says primarily they want the conflict to end quickly. The province is defending its decision to create a new corporation in this year's budget. Health shared services will cost more than $2 billion. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti joins us now. So, Miriam, what will Health Shared Services oversee?
Well, Matt, the Premier says Health Shared Services will ensure all 4 health agencies have proper HR, payroll, IT functions, and more. She says Alberta Health Services was doing too many jobs at once, and HSS will streamline those roles.
That's the next process that we have to go through, is just making sure that there isn't redundancy and overlap, because the principal goal of everything we're doing is to have fewer people in those administrative roles and more people in the frontline roles.
It's a recognition that we can be efficient by having common resources that all of these entities need in one area, so we don't have to duplicate it across all of these entities.
HSS started operating in December and has around 10,600 full-time employees. $436 million is going from HSS from primary and preventative health services. The rest of the funding is coming from revenue of the other health agencies. Friends of Medicare questions the amount of money it's taking to restructure our healthcare system.
We've never got a clear picture of that. When they announced this plan and this idea, they estimated $85 million would be the cost of this restructuring. It's obviously been far more than that, and now we're spending billions of dollars to try to reintegrate a system that was already integrated and to have someone in charge.
Chris Galloway says frontline staff say the work isn't integrated. We won't know how much the province spent until its annual report comes out in July. The province's plan to add extra ER doctors to help triage patients in crowded emergency rooms is also unclear. Smith says the province is in a disagreement with the Alberta Medical Association over compensation for those doctors. The AMA was unable to speak with us today. Matt?
All right, Miriam Valdez-Carletti, thank you. The province is pushing Ottawa to make nicotine pouches easier to buy. The popular pouches are only available over the counter at pharmacies. While the Alberta government wants to put them back in convenience stores, anti-smoking advocates say online access for teenagers is the larger problem. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
Mint, this is peppermint, and this is spearmint.
Among the cold meds and vitamins, pharmacies like this one also have nicotine pouches for sale over the counter.
People use it when they want to quit smoking or reduce smoking.
Pharmacist Payal Patel added Zonic to her quit smoking section in 2024 after the federal health minister made it illegal to sell the pouches at convenience stores or anywhere other than a pharmacy. The move was meant to keep the addictive nicotine products away from kids, and Patel can see why.
Teenagers coming in asking for Zonic, and they were like, oh, we were able to get it from the convenience store. Why I can't get it here? And they're not even smoking, but they are using Zonic just to get the buzz.
Now the province is pushing back. In a letter to the Prime Minister, Service Alberta Minister Dale Nally says cigarettes shouldn't be easier to buy than a product that helps you quit.
Albertans are saying that, look, they want access to these products and shouldn't have to go see their pharmacist for it.
Nally argues the restriction pushes people to illegal and unregulated online markets. A quick Google search reveals multiple sites willing to deliver American nicotine pouches to Canadian addresses. While Health Canada permits 4 milligrams of nicotine per pouch, many products online offer 15 milligrams.
Well, the age verification is on the honor system, and the product that they're buying, there's no oversight on this. So it may say 15 milligrams, but how do you know it's not 30?
The minister says there are major fines for selling tobacco products to minors, which would apply to nicotine pouches too. One anti-smoking advocate believes loosening regulations would lead to unacceptable consequences.
The bigger problem is these products, these pouches are from the tobacco companies themselves. The tobacco companies want to sell these products. The tobacco companies don't care if kids get caught in the crossfire, and we've seen that over the years.
Minister Nally says government bureaucrats have been discussing the change with their federal counterparts, but the letter is the first political pressure Alberta is applying. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Edmonton Oilers traded a draft pick for a defenseman this afternoon. The news came out about an hour after the Oilers' general manager said a new player wouldn't fix the team's defensive issues.
It's not going to be magical new players. It's going to be the approach that we take as a team, understanding that going through a whole period without getting a lot of scoring chances is okay if you don't give up a lot.
Not long after he spoke with the media, Stan Bowman agreed to trade a second-round pick to the Chicago Blackhawks for Connor Murphy. The 32-year-old defenseman is in the final year of his contract and has 4 goals and 9 assists this season. He's played 805 NHL games between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Coyotes. Hockey analyst Tom Gazzola says he's another experienced defenseman the Oilers can lean on.
A little bit of size, some tenacity. I don't think, there's a ton of offensive prowess there, but the veteran presence helps, a steadying hand. I think a lot of people, fan-wise, around here wanted something to be done soon, and this is something that might appease some Oiler fans, maybe not all.
The Oilers' next game is tomorrow night against the Ottawa Senators. The NHL trade deadline is Friday. Alberta will soon be surrounded by provinces that don't spring forward or fall back.
British Columbia is going to change our clocks just one more time and then never again.
BC's premier says this spring will be the last time the province has to move its clocks. The province will then permanently be on daylight saving time. Back in 2019, more than 90% of people in BC supported eliminating the time change. Back then, the province decided to stay aligned with U.S. states to the south. David Eby says he hopes BC's American neighbors will join the province in ending the disruptive time changes. Alberta had a referendum on time change in 2021. 50.2% of voters decided to keep the clocks moving twice a year. Saskatchewan is also permanently on daylight saving time. In a statement, Alberta's premier says they will take this all under consideration and evaluate if a similar change would be in the best interest of Albertans. Josh, of course, time's springing ahead this weekend and a little bit of snow to look forward to in the meantime.
Yeah, it was really warm yesterday, 6 degrees for a daytime high yesterday. Today, all of a sudden, some cooler air dropped in, and with that came a dusting of snow. Parts of the city, 1 to 2 centimeters of really fluffy snow out there. It's -8 downtown Edmonton right now, and the wind has not been a huge factor in the city for most of the day. Has been a little stronger outside the city, south of the city, 25 kilometer per hour wind, -18 wind chill. off to the south, minus 14, minus 15 to the north. Downtown, it's minus 8, feels like minus 12. Minus 3 will go down as the daytime high for today. That was early this morning. The warmest we've been through this afternoon, minus 7. Here's what it looks like outside right now with the CTV drone. Cloudy skies hanging over the Edmonton area. No flurries for the time being, although there's more in the forecast. CTV drones brought to you by Century Casinos. 3 great locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. Snow coming down fairly steadily in northeastern Alberta, as you'll see on the radar map. There, just off to the south of Fort McMurray, you've got some snow. There was the snow that kind of drifted its way occasionally through the Edmonton area earlier in the day. There's still a few pockets off to the west, but for the most part, just cloudy skies through the rest of this evening. Tomorrow morning, you get a chance of some more light snow, then a break, and then tomorrow afternoon, another pocket of some light snow, maybe another 1 or 2 centimeters worth. A little breezy as well, and temperatures cooling through the day. Minus 10, feeling more like about minus 16 in the morning, and minus 11, feeling closer to minus 20 tomorrow afternoon. Back to some warmer air Thursday. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thanks very much. Stay with us. Much more to come here on CTV News at 5.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Alberta's government is spending $40 million on software upgrades after seeing an increase in cybersecurity attacks last year. Last week's provincial budget says 66 applications will be updated or patched. The province says it can't provide further details on what types of software are being modernized at the risk of creating new security risks. It says some of the software programs being patched are public-facing and are monitored closely for any suspicious activity. The province says it managed to close 3,000 cybersecurity issues last year. That's up 25% compared with 2024. It says the province also managed to close 20,000 malware attacks last year. Seniors are getting an opportunity to try out some new technology. As part of this year's Winterfest, GEF Seniors Housing introduced some of their clients to virtual reality. They got the chance to try some winter experiences like hiking and skiing.
Does it feel like you're there?
Oh, God, yes. Yeah, especially on the cliffs.
The brothers say they would love to use VR again since there's a lot of places they haven't seen. GEF says there are many benefits to learning with new technology.
Learning new things contributes to intellectual wellness and emotional wellness when it's fostered around connection and building social relationships through shared memories or new memories.
GEF started with 3 virtual reality headsets back in 2023. It now has 10. Still to come tonight on CTV News, 40 years and counting, how Spruce Grove is celebrating its anniversary of being named a city.
Still have that tight-knit community, that small-town feel. People say hi to you in this community.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
The Canadian Pacific Rail Bridge in Red Deer is on the move. The north section was shifted this morning. Each truss weighs more than 200 metric tons, making the move a very slow process. The south section will be moved tomorrow. The move was supposed to happen last week, but was delayed due to the wind. That does not surprise me, Josh. I'm glad the wind speeds have died down out there. It was pretty warm over the weekend for the time being. Yeah, you want to take it from here? We've got some more snow on the way this week, eh?
Yeah, and more wind tomorrow. Looks a little gusty tomorrow. There's the view outside right now from the River Valley Sky Camps, brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. Minus 8 in Edmonton. The warmest we've been this afternoon, minus 7. We're at minus 6 in Red Deer, minus 7 in Coronation. Look at Jasper. 7 on the other side of 0. So still pretty warm across the west. Lethbridge is up to 14 degrees this afternoon. It's minus 19 in Fort McMurray and minus 13 in Grand Prairie. Wind not bad in through the Peace Country. It's picked up a little bit here in the city and off to the south. Strongest wind through the day today, though, has been through east central and northeastern Alberta. It's been feeling in the minus 25 to minus 30 range all day. That's still the case. Downtown Edmonton now feeling like minus 14. Get some snow coming down in the northeast, especially for areas just south of Fort McMurray. It looks like you're on the northern edge of that heavier pocket of snow. A little bit of flurry activity back to the west and northwest. So there might be a couple snowflakes before tonight is done, but for the most part, just cloudy skies. Different story here off to the north and northwest. You'll see some snow overnight tonight. A heavier pocket through the first half of the day tomorrow. There's our chance for some light snow tomorrow morning here in the city, then a bit of a break, and then in the afternoon, again, another shot of some light snow. And Wednesday morning, again, we get a few pockets of flurries. There's a front that's just kind of lying right through this area that's not really going to move all that much. And so along that, you're seeing these pulses of moisture roll through. Now, we're probably not going to get more than 1 or 2 centimeters by the end of the day tomorrow. Very similar to what we had today. Really fluffy, kind of just brush away snow. Good 10 to 15 by the end of tomorrow, though, in through the Peace Country, Slave Lake as well. And you can see there's the potential for a couple more centimeters there through Wednesday, especially early in the day. I think here in the city, yeah, all told, maybe 5 or 6 centimeters worth of snow. But again, it's not going to come all in one big dump. It'll just be sort of wave after wave of really light, fluffy dustings. 12 to 18, though, for Morinville, Westlock, so just north of the city. Significantly more snow than what we're expecting here in Edmonton. Minus 25 Fort McMurray, minus 15 in Grande Prairie, minus 8 in Red Deer tomorrow morning. Daytime highs will be stuck in the mid-minus teens in Grande Prairie with the snow. A little milder in Edson at minus 7, minus 22 in Fort McMurray. You'll be in the minus 10 range in Lloydminster, minus 6 for Red Deer, and again, about 7 degrees above zero in Jasper. Here in the city, temperatures slowly cooling through the day. Minus 10 range in the morning, minus 12 in the afternoon, and wind chill more like about minus 15 to minus 20 through the course of the day. Mighty Millions Lottery bonus prize deadline is midnight Friday. You could win that brand new Porsche Cayenne or take $20,000 cash. Go to mightymillionslottery.com. There's your 5-day forecast. Breezy, some light snow, minus 12 tomorrow afternoon, minus 9 and some light snow on Wednesday, especially early in the day, and then back above zero Thursday. In fact, should be a handful of degrees above zero by Friday, Saturday.
All right, Josh, thank you. A group fighting Islamophobia is trying to educate Edmontonians about the issues Muslims are facing worldwide. Islamic Relief Canada's outreach group hosted a community meal Saturday night after a day of fasting during Ramadan. Muslims and non-Muslims were invited. The annual event first began between the outreach group and a group of university students. This year, the group raised money for Islamic Relief's orphan sponsorship.
We have actually built a reputation for ourselves in Edmonton that makes it one of the most giving cities. Like, we'll have speakers fly into Canada to come to our grand iftars, and they'll travel from city to city, but they always say Edmonton has a whole different vibe. We've actually in this room set many records for Islamic Relief across Canada. One of them is like 1 year we raised money for 1,000 orphans in one night.
The shared meal has been happening for 14 years in Edmonton. Well, when we return, slippery sport. Ice climbing athletes demonstrate their mental and physical grit at an event in Edmonton.
It does feel like you're kind of on the precipice of falling off at any moment.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Tuesday on Your Morning, we are putting a spotlight on Nate's efforts to help women join the skilled trades and emerging research on endometriosis and how the condition impacts Canadian women.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Coming up on CTV News at 6, a resort in the Rocky Mountains is promising a full investigation into how a teen from Calgary died during an avalanche. Also ahead, a 10-year-old Canadian girl becomes the first in North America to receive a first-of-its-kind ear implant. And some people are hoping for an Alberta hockey announcement from the NHL commissioner when he visits our province tomorrow. Those stories and more on CTV News at 6 with Jeff Hastings. Spruce Grove is celebrating 40 years of being a city. It was settled west of Edmonton by French and Scottish families in 1891. The village became a town in 1971, and Spruce Grove was then incorporated as a city on March 1st of 1986. A ceremony to celebrate the anniversary was held inside Heavy Metal Place yesterday. The former mayor, who was in charge during Spruce Grove's transition to a city, says not everyone was happy about it at the time.
There were a lot of discussions that went into it. Certain residents were opposed because you're going to lose the town image, the town sense. We said, no, we're going to keep small community, but we're going to have to start growing.
Still have that tight-knit community, that small town feel. People say hi to you in this community. A lot of people get involved in whether it's in sports or culture or just community service.
Last year, Spruce Grove's population reached more than 44,000 people, the 12th highest in the province. Some of the world's best ice climbing talent hopes the sport will be featured in the next Winter Olympics. Events like this past weekend's Ice Climbing World Cup in Edmonton are making it feel possible. CTV's Connor Hogg has more.
It does feel like you're kind of on the precipice of falling off at any moment.
Sarah Lilly from Canmore is in Edmonton for the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. Excited to show off her skills on the world stage. Speed is measured on the ice wall, while difficulty is done on the more consistent and angular wooden surface.
It requires like a lot of body tension. The holds are artificial, so they're like designed specifically to be used in certain ways and to be hard to use.
Many of Lilly's competitors came a lot farther, like U.S. team captain Gregory Love, who came from New York for his first World Cup.
Once you lose tension, you're off the wall. It's just like, and you can fall at any point.
Athletes dedicated by their love of a sport that's taxing on both the body and the mind.
I've worked a lot on the mental game, so like when I focus, I'm like in the moment on the wall. Like I actually like blur out everything behind me, and I'm just one with my tools in that moment.
You can't just ladder up the thing. You need to think about which direction you're holding your axe.
Strong muscles as well as sometimes strong teeth are required. With the work it takes to get to the top, the ultimate reward.
And it's very satisfying when you stick like really hard moves, and especially ones that maybe you've been trying for a long time to work on.
Edmonton's Joseph Banks started climbing at local bouldering gyms. Seeing the World Championship 2 years ago inspired him to take his sport to the next level.
It's like the best feeling in the world when you finally top out, especially after climbing for a long time and being under so much tension. Like sometimes it's just like a huge release.
Ice climbing's continuing popularity in Edmonton, a point of pride for organizers and athletes who hope to see the sport in the next Winter Olympics. Until then, this World Cup is the chance to make new friends.
Everyone's pretty tight, and even though everyone's competing against each other, they tend to be pretty good friends.
A race to the top while creating a community along the way. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
That's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.